And welcome back to Survival with Fix. We are moving back to the castle today after an action-filled episode last time in the Nether. It's time to get working on this castle. I know exactly what I want to do. Now, last time we worked on this, we built this university building. However, if I'm being totally honest, if you walk in here and you look for the university part of the university building, there's not a lot of room. There's not a lot of room. It's kind of all just, just filled up with this and that. And I do want to work on the interiors and put some stuff in here, but I think we need a more proper, actual place where they can have classrooms and really study and all that kind of stuff. And I think that place is going to go right about here. That's my thinking. Maybe right. My plan is to not have to landscape this at all. So I'm thinking maybe if we just start right about at this height and just do a big rectangle, a big long rectangle, like the whole way over to see that cow. Yeah, he's gonna have to move because we're gonna put it right from that cow over to here and then just do a nice big classroom. Maybe connect it to right there is kind of what I'm thinking. So it all shows that it's connecting, as well as we'll have a lot of landscaping all down here, of course, all in good time. That's gonna take some time to get to, but yeah, I think it's gonna be a lot better. Also, I think, man, I am hesitant, but I want to build another storage room. I'll be honest, even though I have, well, this doesn't count. I have a big storage room down there, but flying back and forth. Though, let's be real. If my intent is to cut down the flying from here down to there, I'm gonna fly down to wherever the storage building is down here anyway. So it's probably a waste of time, to be honest. But yeah, that's a problem too. We're very low on stone. I have some here though. We can probably lay out the beginning of a rectangle. Yeah. Okay, well, we got to do it. Let's lay out the beginning of a rectangle and see how it looks. I think this is quite nice as far as just the shape and stuff like that. I am trying to stay somewhat consistent because I did a similar shape over on that one. Now, you can't really see it as much the way it kind of built up, and I think that's going to be the same issue here. The one thing that I'm not crazy about is that I didn't think to center this on that building, and that's okay. You know what? It's going to be totally fine. What we're going to do, since I didn't center it, is I'm going to do an angle, and the angle's probably going to take some sort of just trial and error to work out, because rather than just see how this block is just right there, it's just slightly off center. So what we're going to do instead is I'm going to actually instead move this to be a diagonal. How do we want to do it? Should I go, there's how many outcroppings do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So what I'm thinking we do 2 bridges, one from either side. I think that would probably be the coolest rather than go the middle. So I'm going to take this bridge over to that one, and the only way that's going to be able to make this happen is I'm just going to have to kind of guess. So I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on, and see where that lands me, and then adjust, if I need to make it 5 or make it 3, because I'm not smart enough to figure out the math to get from there to here diagonally. Yeah, okay, look, I don't want to toot my own horn too strongly here, but I absolutely nailed it the very first try. Look at this. I'm 1 off the edge and 1 off the edge over there, and if you walk over here, I am 1 off the edge over here and 1 off the edge. Oh, no, I'm not. I didn't nail it. Oh, I thought this was 1 off the edge, but the edge is actually over there. Okay, so I need to bring this in just a little bit to make the angle just a little bit more severe, actually. Okay. All right, darn it. I got all confident until I actually started recording. Okay, there's a small, tiny mistake on the farthest to the left one, but I could not figure out any sort of equation to make it work, and I can live with this. So basically what I had to do was start a little bit narrower on the bridge and then expand it. I think it's going to be a cool look once it's all said and done. I don't care that it's not centered. It's not going to bother me at all. Right now it does because everything is so symmetrical and perfect, but once we actually get the building going, these bridges, you're not even going to notice it, and then we can put something really cool in the middle of that area, whether it's nature or a tree or a fountain or it could be anything, but we'll do something cool down there. But right now, yeah, I can live with this. Unfortunately, I am basically out of stone. I have probably just a little bit over a chest left and not much cobblestone either. In addition, I need a bunch of crackstone brick, and that is running low as well. So I have some major resource gathering to do. I only have 6 shulkers, and I gotta tell you, I am really thinking that I need to go get a couple more shulkers. I actually forgot. I forgot that we did this. I came in Nether expecting my little crappy Nether hub, and I totally forgot how sweet this looks. I mean, that looks like New Hope. That's awesome. Man, I love that. By the way, if you're wondering what skin is this is my Walking Dead skin, which at this point you've seen this video. You've already seen that series. Hopefully it's doing really, really well. It hasn't actually debuted yet, but soon. Okay, well, I'm headed to Gabor over along this way, and we're going to, well, I'm just going to get 6 shulkers of stone and cobble, I guess. You know, something I really need to consider in this world is a better way to get to the airship. Right now, I don't really have a way. I either fly or go to the arcane reception coil and then sort of fly. I mean, I'm going to have to fly, right? I mean, that's the deal whenever you have an airship up in the sky because it's a guardian farm and that whole thing. But I'm not loving this system. It costs me a lot of rockets and, more importantly to me, time. And sometimes I get lost, like I am right now. There it is. It's over there. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the best way. Maybe make a portal like to Nether is way up in the sky, and I can just sort of glide down or something that's faster. Because it's not fast. It's not fast. I mean, this farm is super fast, but it's not fast to get here. This is my technique for this area, because I'm not just digging stone. You know, you might be thinking there's easier ways to get stone. I know, but I'm digging for a purpose. This is going to be a future mega build, and I'm going to dig it out by hand. I find that to be the most satisfying way to get a bunch of stuff, is if you're also sort of building in a way of thinking. So what I'm doing is I'm going around the circles. I want this to be a deep spiral going all the way down. Go around one time at one layer, and then I turn around and go around it again, one layer down. I just think this seems to be the way that I can get the most natural curve. So I already went around one time. So then we'll do, I usually start at my chest. So one lap around I find is just about one inventory worth of stuff. I usually come up a little heavy depending on how many ores and stuff I get, because I am fortuning all my ores as we go, because, you know, why not? Save some time. So then I'm just going to go around again, and I'm not trying to make this pretty at all. I want this to be sort of an unfinished wall as we go down. What I'll do later on is I'll come back in, I'll pepper in some cobblestone, stairs, slabs, all that kind of stuff, just to make this look really just spectacular. But for right now, I'm good just leaving it sort of barren. Oh, whoa. How deep is that? Okay, that's very deep. All right. I almost fell down a giant hole. Yeah, and so basically I'll probably go down about 4 levels, about as far as I am right now, before I come back in and just put in just a ton of like detail and cobblestone. Then I'll go to another 4 until I have to do it again, because you don't want to have to scaffold up just to put in a little bit of random detail. That is a real pain. Oh, this is the problem with 1.18. One of the only things that I don't love about 1.18 is these underground water areas here. And just because I tend to do these big digs quite a lot, so this is a very me problem, but they slow you down so bad. And like sponges aren't great. You know the deal with sponges, like they kind of stink. They don't work that well, and yeah, it just all of this is kind of a drag. Yes, some grind has taken place, and I have the inner walls all put in. I just did a mixture, kind of like I did over this wall right here. I decided not to do the patches like I did here. I like them, but they're a lot of work, and I don't feel like once you get all the ornamentation like that it adds all that much. I do like the andesite, so I could potentially come in and add in some andesite down the road, but we'll see how much detailing I end up doing. Speaking of detailing, I'm going to do that next. I don't always do the detailing right off the bat, but I'm going to in this layer because I can get to it really easily now while I have this nice platform. Then what I'll probably end up doing is doing like spruce planks covering this whole bit, so that there can be like rooms and classrooms, all that kind of stuff as we build up this area. This is not going to be a tower. Like, what the heck is going on there? Look at that. You know what? I could use some leads. I decided to go ahead and we're going to divide the rooms and all that kind of stuff. Now I'll figure out where the entrance is going to be. Now, one of the main entrances are going to be these bridges, of course, but we'll get to that down the road just a little bit. I will figure out where sort of the main ground level entrance is going to be, and I figure, well, it should probably be right here. I already did a little bit of detailing, not a lot, but so we can just remove this and this and this, and we'll just make this a nice big entryway. In fact, actually, you know what? Why don't we do the same thing for the other side? I think that probably makes the most sense. Now, did I take out the bottom? Yeah, I'm going to have to take out the bottom too. I don't know if we're going to end up doing another floor here or not, but if so, we'll just do a stairs. Elevation changes are always really great in build. So we can pull out this, and I'm just going to leave it open for right now. We will work on like the actual detailing and stuff later. But now I know where the hallways and stuff are going to be. Oh, lovely snow. So, okay, so what I'm thinking is what we'll do is we're going to make this a pretty symmetrical design. We're going to walk in, and there's going to be sort of a big open room here, and then that's going to divide off into two hallways, right? So let's do, I'm going to need some planks. Let's do, oh boy, I can't make that many planks. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, right? And then come over from this side, 1, 2, 3. Oh, that was 4. Is this big enough for that? Yeah, how about one more and then we'll do the post. So what I'm thinking is you're gonna walk in, there'll be a hallway here, then this will open up into the fairly large room, maybe an oval. That would be kind of cool, right? And then we can divide into rooms from the hallway. Yeah, okay. Oh, it's a stormy night. Reminds me of my Walking Dead world. It seems like it storms in that world all the time. I don't think it really does, but it feels like it. So I decided to take some time and really divide these rooms and figure out exactly how I want this to be, because then once I slap the roof on, then I'm going to see these pillars, because I'm going to be using slabs to save some resources and just make it look a little cooler. But I don't want to use spruce slabs because I decided I'm going to go with the spruce walls. I could use terracotta, sure, but I think spruce is going to be better. Now, I could go with overkill here and go with the symmetrical sort of look, which I often do, where I'm going to do stairs here. I have the 2 stairs, and I could do stairs over here, but there's no need for that. There's no need for that at all. Also, I want to give you show you a little something that you're never going to see once the walls are erected, but I'm really annoyed by it. It's off-center by one block. I made one counting mistake when I was building this whole thing. Look over here. This is 3 wide, and if you go over here to the other side, this is 2 wide. Yeah, I did one counting mistake. I'm not changing it. We're just going to live with it. It's fine, because once I put this upper layer, I'll have a chance to sort of readjust, and the only way you would ever know is if you, because it's here. It's like in the center. It's not on the end. The ends are fine. The ends are set. It's just this one center pillar. So I guess I could adjust it, but I'm just going to live with it. It'll be totally fine. It doesn't need to be symmetrical. Buildings have mistakes. Little do people know. Buildings have mistakes all the time. So what we're going to do is we're just going to have this come up here. Yeah, this is where I decided that I was not going to go symmetrical. So we're going to go here, and then I'll do the new floor right here. Now, because I'm using these beams, I'm going to be using planks over top. You're going to see these beams hang down, which is going to just give a little bit extra interest to the look. That all being said, what sort of slabs do I want to use? I don't know. What kind of floors do I want to use in this place, or ceilings? There's part of me that wants to use deep slate, because I think deep slate floors up in the top would look kind of cool, and I'm not going to double layer the floors here, so I don't know. I don't know if I want to go maybe something lighter like birch, maybe? Boy, wouldn't this be a nice time for acacia wood to be a white plank wood? Wouldn't that be great? Oh man, if that came in the game, I would be so happy. I woke up this morning. I always say that, but I guess I mean unplugged this morning. Man, being an android is strange. There was an emergency at the base. I looked around and found large-scale destruction. Could it be an attack? An asteroid? Tracy, what was the source of destruction on my moon base?
Unknown.
Okay, that's weird. Were you here when I was charging?
Access to your system was closed.
What? Why?
As requested, I closed our connection during your recharging period and reopened it when your charging was set to end.
By who? Who requested this?
You did, Hank.
What? I don't understand. I certainly did not do that. Tracy, playback security tapes 13588 through 18806. that's me. I don't understand. What's happening to me? I really like this little mini tree farm. It's so stupid and dumb and simple and stuff, but I like it. I do need to build a building around it though. But one thing I haven't decided yet. I haven't decided if I want to go like another layer or not, if I want to build it up and just do a second layer, because here's how much I got. And you know, it's not that much. I mean, the sapling return is fine. I'm getting more than I need to replant, but you know, I got what, 2.5 stacks and just over 3 stacks of birch, because I think I start with birch, I end with birch, so I get an extra row. But I don't know if I should go up another one or not, but I guess maybe the size of the building will sort of dictate that. You know, one small tiny regret about Steelport, it's not that big of a deal, but I have no alley between these 4, and there's actually going to be a 5th, a very small slim building there. So I have 5 buildings with no alleys going in between. There's not really a way to rectify that because these buildings are all touching each other. So I don't know what the right answer is there. I don't know. Whenever I'm not working on Steelport today, but whenever I come back to this to work on next, I think I might want to consider maybe doing even like maybe like a tunnel or some way to sort of break in between, because even like if you look at the school, like it's butted right up against this office building. So yeah, it's not a great way. I guess maybe we'll just live with it and just remember this for next build, you know, make sure that I have some sort of alleyway or throughway. There's a little bit of room there, but that's sort of where the saplings despawn, so not really. Well, let's check out the progress, and I made a decision here to make these sort of arches again, trying to lean into what I've done before here, so it looks like one cohesive build. And yeah, though it's currently like a death trap with mobs because it's very dark, I think it's going to look really, really cool. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to write some lore for the people who live here, because, you know, Steve Tepic is a man of the future, and possibly maybe he might not be the most religious man, but people existed here for a very, very long time, and they would have some religions built up. And I think that as a sort of nod to them, maybe he would actually like honor their gods as he designs this university for people. So one of the things that I think we can work on is we can work on a religion of 8 gods. I think that would be really cool. 2 major gods, which would be these 2 big coves here and here, and then 3 or 6 like minor gods, maybe something like that. Maybe the children, right? Like, so maybe the mama and the daddy god or something like that. And then they have 8 children of 8 different facets of this world. So listen, here's what I'm asking of you. If you are inspired, maybe you could write down the 6 facets. So we won't include the 2 major gods. They'll be, say, like, I don't know, just like the 2, maybe day and night. Okay, we'll call the 2 main gods day and night, and then the other 6 will be facets of life, whether it's you know, nourishment or death or attack or you know, all different things that you run into in life. Okay, so if you can come up with the 6, then you will be sort of the founder of this religion. Okay, so I'm gonna look in the comments and see if anyone comes up with 6 facets of life, and that'll be the 6 facets of these gods. I think that'll be a really, really cool way for these sort of coves that I did to each one have not necessarily a statue, but like a totem or something of reference to their different god. I think that could be really, really, really cool. Here's kind of what I'm thinking for the roof. I think this could be a really cool idea. So coming with the 6 lesser gods, I think what we could do is we could have these sort of towers, and maybe each one could be devoted to a study of that god. Yes, it's a university, but maybe there are some strong religious ties in this that we just really haven't explored yet in the lore. So each of these 6 towers will be devoted to one of these sort of deities down here. I think that could be a really interesting way. And yeah, I know 2 of them are bigger, but that just has to be the way the design is. Don't think too much about that. So what I'm thinking is we're going to do 6 towers. The 2 middle ones will be a little taller, so we'll do like medium, very large towers, medium in the back, and then we'll just go to a peaked roof here in the middle. Now, this peaked roof is going to be absolutely massive because of how wide it is, and that's a little bit of a concern because, first, collecting these roof materials is really a pain. Secondly, I don't want the roof to be so tall that the towers have to be gaudy. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, the roof needs to be somewhat shorter than the towers, and I don't want these towers on this building to compete with this or this. It needs to be lower. It needs to be smaller. We are working out from the center in this castle, and I need to think about sightlines. So when you're down here in this upcoming city, you're going to look up here. I want you to see, you know, the outside wall, then this, then this, then this, right? It has to go bigger to the middle. So there is a cap on the height. Now, towers are a little different because towers are thin and skinny, and you can kind of see around them. So towers can stick up, but the main roof, that would obscure all of this if it's too tall. So it just can't be. So I need to shrink the roof somehow. And I think I have an idea. It's going to be balconies, a lot of balconies. So we're going to do round balconies throughout all of these areas where maybe it'll be a little nature. Like, I really like how these trees are. I really like how they look from the ground level, especially. So we're going to do more of those. We're going to do trees on all of those balconies. What are there? There's looks like six balconies, okay? And maybe they'd just be little like sitting areas and that kind of stuff. So I got to figure out exactly how I'm going to curve that. And I think that's going to fit in well with these arches, since these arches are kind of curved too. I think we can work that out really nicely. It's time for the question or comment of the day, because I have forgotten this the last couple episodes, so I'm putting it a little earlier in the video just to make sure I don't finish it, the whole build, and then just end the episode and forget to actually do that, because it's important. I like to respond to you all in video form, and so while I'm doing a little bit of this stuff, I thought I could do a little bit of that stuff. Anyway, the question or comment of the day comes from Dr. Sketchy. Super happy to hear about your progress and see how far you've come with your weight exercise journey. Also really glad to hear your mental health is doing better with it all. Still be sure to be kind to yourself, Fix. I've recently been watching you more and more since December, maybe, and every video is, I gotta hit more, super exciting to see what you're creating and how you're doing. Well, thank you so much for watching and in the kind comment. And yeah, you know, I'm being careful to make sure that I am kind to myself, but also I want to be demanding in a way, and that can be good, right? Like, you can go too far, certainly, with just about everything, but I'm trying to make sure that I demand the best. Like, you know, work towards the best thing I can do, whether it's my YouTube channel, whether it's my exercise fitness, whether it's being a great dad or husband, or whatever it is, cleaning the house, that kind of stuff, and not, you know, try to not settle for good enough. So that's sort of my mental state right now. I think it's, you know, it's okay. You know, it's something that I'm continuously working on. These survival videos in particular, even with the other stuff I'm doing, because these survival videos are really sort of the me aspect of my channel. It's where I just hang out and talk and that kind of stuff. They have been really, really good for me. So I have found that doing these and making sure that these stay sort of on a steady rollout rotation is a good chance for me to sort of hit I don't know, kind of therapy. I guess I didn't need to put that down a level, did I? Or that one over there. That's all right. Oh, there we go. So they've been really good for me. I'm a big proponent of therapy. I've been in therapy a few different points in my life, mostly for actually an eating disorder, which I've been pretty open about on the channel, but it's been quite some time since I've talked about it. So there are 3 main, I think, that I know of eating disorders that people get. The one that men seem to get more than others is called BED, binge eating disorder, and that's something that affected me pretty badly, where I would you know, it's a big problem whenever you're hiding what you're doing, and everything's in sort of secret and all that kind of stuff. And I would absolutely do that. I was hiding all of my sort of BED behavior. And a lot of times when I try to tell people in real life, about this, they're like, oh yeah, I do that too. Sometimes I'll eat like 4 donuts. It's like, no, you don't understand. Like, this is like, 2 large pizzas and a dozen donuts and 3 bags of Doritos all within a short amount of time. It's like, it's enough that like you get sick and then you wait until you're done being sick and then you keep on going, right? So it's not like oh yeah, I overeat too sometimes. No, this is a serious thing, and I was in therapy for a couple years about it, actually, just trying to sort of figure out what I could do. And thankfully, I hooked up with a really great therapist who really did wonders. He really did wonders to sort of wrap my head around it, because people would see me and I wasn't hugely obese, so you wouldn't know necessarily, because what would happen is you might, if you have this, you might binge for 4 days of just unbelievable amounts of eating, and then eat super healthy or undereat for weeks and months on end. And then all of a sudden you just like fall back in and fall off the wagon. And I'm very fortunate that I found someone who could really help me with it, because it was sort of taking over my whole life, between, hiding all of the things I was eating and also financially. And I mean, lots of things. It was a really severe issue for me. So that has basically been under control now for quite a few years. But every once in a while in my life, I have had gone back into it, because I've noticed that, I have some things that are popping back up that I kind of remember how that used to be. And so I have a few different times enrolled back in therapy and just made sure that I am keeping a close eye on it. And it's been really great. So I'm a huge proponent of therapy. I think that any sort of therapy you can get, if you can afford it, and I know, different countries have different sort of hurdles to making that happen or not happen. That can be really difficult depending on where you live and your financial situation. But if you can possibly work it out, I think it's a really, really great thing. I'm actually going to bring this up a whole level. I didn't mean to put it down there. Anyway, so mental health wise, it's something that I'm continuously working on. And I'm hoping that could just continue to get better as I keep a close eye on how it is going. I am very, very aware of it. I think that's one of the absolute biggest things, is just being really aware of your mental state and where you are, and just keeping in the forefront of your mind. If you can't, if you're not sure you want to get in therapy, there are a lot of self-help books that are really well done and well written about anything from eating disorders to just being generally kind to yourself, to all that kind of stuff. And I can't recommend them enough, because those kind of books, not only do they help you, and they do, I mean, I can't speak for all of them, of course, but they can really help you out a lot. But more so than that, they keep it on the forefront of your mind. I think that's one thing that I'm doing with my diet right now, is I'm logging all of my food using MyFitnessPal. And I don't need to count my calories, because on keto you don't really need to, because none of the calories that you're eating are really going into fat storage mode. But I find that logging my calories really helps me, because it helps keep them at the forefront of my mind. Like, it helps keep, okay, I got to eat right. I got to make sure that I'm really not overeating ridiculously, and it helps me just kind of keep my exercise and all that kind of stuff in a place where I want. So if I'm thinking about it, then I'm probably going to do it. I think that's really, really important to me. I didn't really plan on popping in here, but I'm trying to make a decision, because I like these outside sort of grassy areas. I ran out of grass, so I had to use dirt. I like them a lot. But it's a little weird, and let me show you what exactly I'm talking about being weird. Land, please. Okay, so I was thinking about making this maybe a circle and having it come out from the edge of the wall, but the problem that I can see is it goes over top of 2 different sort of pallets, which is okay normally, but I don't know how I would connect it exactly. So I might need to keep it flat, but I don't love it being flat. I'm not really sure what the right answer is on this. I may have to experiment with a couple different things. I just want to make sure I get this right, So this would be basically, I'd be coming out 2 more dirt. So it'd be like 1, nope, shuffle still on. 1, 2, oh, really? Again, okay. 1, 2 dirt, and then it'd come out actually another dirt. So it'd be like this far to make it sort of I don't know, like a circle, right? Is that too far? Let's see what that looks like from down here just a little bit. Maybe? I think it looks okay. It looks a little, it's at first a little bit odd, but I think once I cover it up on the bottom, I think it'll be okay. Yeah, let's do that. officially day 3157, coming out of that double time lapse. I actually have a lot more detailing to go, but I just thought I would pop in because, you know, this has been already, like, I don't even know how many days, like 60 days or somewhere around there. I don't remember where we left off, but it's been a lot. And I have, you know, the gradient up here on the roofs looks really nice. I think it's solid. I think I like the detailing bit so far. Obviously, some of this still has yet to go. You know, I don't love how this roof is. I mean, I love how it looks. I think it looks really, really good. I don't love how it's just flat right on that edge. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna slope the roof out and give it kind of like a beak, like an eagle's beak shape, which I think will be really nice. And I'm going to do all this off camera because I don't want to do another time lapse immediately. And I'm going to continue this exact basic, this kind of detailing, which is going to be universal to the whole castle along here. It's very old school Minecraft detailing sort of bit, but I think it looks really nice. I mean, I really, really like what we're doing here. Now, zombies. Oh, I thought it was a phantom. And I was like, wait, it's clearly daytime, and I've been sleeping pretty regularly. So, okay, so we're in a good place here. I have a lot of these stair slabs, chiseled bricks, and windows and stuff to put in. A lot more work to go here. Then I have to do the custom trees and all that kind of stuff. Plus, I don't really have a way around the outside of this. Like, there's no way in from here, or there's no way actually even up to here. So I have to figure out how we're going to get up to here as well. But okay, well, I'm going to get back to work, and I'll see you whenever this is basically done. You know, sometimes when it's not right, you just got to admit that it's not right. And I did not like the way that those tops of towers were. I think the idea was cool. They were just too small to actually really pull off. So I ended up taking them all down, as much of a pain as it is. So yeah, I took it all down, and I'm going to try again, basically. I would really still like some sort of like plus sign steeple sort of situation, but I don't know. It's very tiny. It's a very tiny little roof. I'm not sure I can pull it off. I may need to go with just sort of a kind of match this one, like go flare it out wide and then come up to the top. I think that might be the way it needs to go, but I'm going to experiment with a couple different choices, and then, well, I'll show you which one it's going to be. There's more detail, right? I could always keep hanging more lanterns and stuff up here. In fact, I'm even looking at how dark this little balcony is here, but you know what? At some point, you just got to stop the build. The inside is not done yet, unfortunately. I kind of hope to get it done today, but yeah, this took a long time. This was a super long episode. There's no way in here. I still have to work out. I have to work out an entrance. You know, I might wait to work out the entrance. Oh, wait, no, I lied. It's right here. Yeah, I couldn't remember. So, yeah, the interior is obviously not worked out yet. We're going to get to that maybe later on whenever I really get in the university. I just can't really spend any more time on this. This has been, you know, the big new YouTube trend, 50 hours. That's been like 50 hours on this build. And probably not quite, but probably shockingly close to it. So anyway, yeah, that's going to do it. The next part of the castle is officially done, and I feel really, really good about it. I hope you're enjoying it, and I will see you all next episode right here from Survival with Fix. Oh, man, look at that view. Woo!